Hello everybody, welcome. Happy Friday if you're doing this on a Friday morning, and happy whatever day you're doing it on. Welcome to our Feel Good Flow. So usually we do a bit of an energizing, fast-paced flow. Today I'm going to slow it down a little bit. We're going to get you moving, and then we're also just going to hold a few postures for a little bit longer to get some openness in the chest, the shoulders, and the hips and the hamstrings, okay? I did my own little flow like this yesterday. I was feeling tight, and I just felt so good after. So I thought I would share it with you guys. So let's get started in a seated position. Get yourself comfortable, whatever that might look like for you. Hands on the laps, you can have them facing up or down, whatever feels good. And then just become aware of your breath. So not changing the breath yet, just noticing what the breath is doing. Noticing how you're feeling. And then starting to deepen the breath. So feel the air come all the way down into the diaphragm. Feel the chest rise, the shoulders rise. And as you exhale, feel the shoulders fall, chest fall, and belly button pull into the spine. So just taking a few deep breaths like this, using the full capacity of the lungs, becoming present on your mat for the next 30 minutes or so, letting go of any expectations, any judgments, and just really enjoying this time that you've carved out in your day for yourself. Maybe setting an intention for your practice if something comes up. And if nothing comes up, that's always okay. You can always just use the intention of being present and being compassionate to yourself. Taking another deep breath in through the nose and out. We'll start with 2 cleansing breaths. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Sigh it out, let it go. Again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Last time, deep breath in through the nose, the deepest breath you've taken today. Let it all the way up to the crown of your head and hold it at the top. Feel that energy up the spine. Seal the lips, slowly exhale through the nose. Bring the hands to prayer. Bow forward to the hands, like open the eyes. And enjoy your practice. All right, guys, we are gonna start on our hands and knees tabletop position straight away. And we're just gonna move into a couple of cat-cows just to get started. Inhale, heart comes through, shoulders back. Exhale, round and curl, chin to chest. Push the ground away. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Exhale, round and curl. Firing at that Ujjayi breath if you haven't already. In through the nose, out through the nose. Slight constriction at the back of the throat. So we want to warm our bodies up dynamically before we hold stretches. It's difficult to stretch a cold muscle. So we want to make our muscles warm and malleable, and then we can hold a stretch. All right, coming back to center, let's reach the arms out nice and long. Lift the hips high over the knees and stretch the arms out long. Coming into puppy dog, we're gonna do little wave ripples as we're in puppy dog. So inhale, lift the heart a little bit, ripple, and then exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the backs of the shoulders, lift the crown of the head onto the fingertips, and then exhale, lower. Last time, inhale, ripple, baby ripple, and exhale, hips go back. Beautiful. Now hold here, deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose, reaching through the fingertips, hips are high, belly button to spine, lifting, pushing the shins into the mat. And then drop the shoulders down, slither yourself forward all the way onto the ground. Beautiful, guys. Just a couple baby cobras, tops of the feet into the mat. Inhale, pull the heart forward, lift the chest, and exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the heart, and exhale, lower. Last time, inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Beautiful. Push into the hands. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. The sweater is not good for yoga, I just realized, because it's coming off my face. So wiggle the hips around, pull the belly button in. One hip down, one heel down, then the other. Wiggle back and forth, stretching out the backs of the legs, the calves. Really lift through the hip creases and push one heel down and the other. Push the ground away, drop the shoulders. All right, then inhale, we're just gonna walk to the front of the mat. Feet hip distance apart, grab opposite elbows, let the head hang. Belly button to spine, allow the crown of the head to be long. Allow the torso to go side to side, maybe stretching out the low back a little bit, the sides. Lifting one shoulder up and then the other. Just do whatever feels good here. And then release the hands, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Reach the shoulders up to the ears. Relax the shoulders, palms forward to Tadasana. So we're just gonna do a couple half sun salutations to get ourselves warmed up. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. We're just gonna add a little cactus. Lift the chest, shoulders down, elbows into the ribs. Inhale, reach the arms up. Really lift through the sides of the waist. And then exhale, forward fold. Bend the right knee, push the left hip back. Left arm reaches up, twist. And then other side, left arm comes down. Right hip goes back, left knee bends. Right arm lifts up, inhale. Beautiful, exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Then we're gonna inhale, rise all the way up. Reach the ring fingers, maybe baby back bend. Really open up through the front of the body. And then exhale, hands to prayer. Beautiful, we're just gonna do one more time like that. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus, so really pull the heart forward, lift the chest, opening up the chest and the back, and strengthening the back. And then inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Right hand down. So right knee bends, left hip goes back. Left arm reaches up, inhale. And exhale, back to center, left hand down. Right hip back, left knee bends. Inhale, right arm reaches up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. We're just gonna step ourselves back to our down dog. So because we're making this a little bit more gentle, a little bit more relaxing, I'm not gonna add too many chaturangas or vinyasas. If you wanna add them in, you can. I'm gonna take this thing off. So just in your down dog, walking the heels out again. All right, now we're going to push the left heel down. So lift the right heel and really lift through that left hip crease and push that left heel down, really getting a stretch in the calf. That should feel really good. And taking a few deep breaths here. So inhale, even just a little ripple forward, and then exhale, push the ground away. Feel the lats engage, the lat stretch, sorry, the backs of the shoulders stretch, and really push that left heel down. And then switch. Right heel down, left heel up. So really push the ground away, lifting through the hip crease, and pushing that right heel into the mat. So really stretching out that calf. Awesome, then both knees bent and then both legs straight. Inhale, lift up onto the tippy toes. Rock forward, high plank. And exhale, push back. So we're just warmed up the shoulders a little bit. One more time, inhale, rock forward, high plank. And exhale, back to your down dog. All right, inhale, right leg floats behind you, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open up that hip. Really point that knee up to the sky. Maybe you look under that right armpit, stretching out that side body. That feels great. Now on your exhale, you're gonna step that foot nice and wide to the outside of the right hand. And then we're gonna drop that left knee down. Beautiful, so wiggle the hips around, squeeze that left glute. Now left hand comes down, right hand peels back. Shoulder pulls back. Now curl the back foot in towards the hand. If you don't make the connection, that's okay. Just squeeze that left glute and keep pushing the hips down. If you make that connection, kick the foot into the hand. So we're engaging the hamstring and the glute to open up the front of the hip. And we're also opening up that chest and that shoulder. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Kick. Reach. And slowly release. Hands come back down. And now we're going to push the hips back. Straighten that front leg back. So lift the front toes as much as you can. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Lift the butt out. Exhale, pull the heart forward. So now we're getting into, we've already warmed up the calf, Now we're just getting into the hamstrings. All right, bend back into the front foot. Push into the hands, tuck the back toes. And we're just gonna push ourselves back to our downward facing dog. Left leg floats back, three-legged. Bend the knee, open up that hip. Really open up that hip. Stretch for that side body stretch. Allow the left hip to come on top of the right hip. And then exhale, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand and drop the back knee. Beautiful. Again, wiggle around a little bit. And then you're gonna reach back with the left hand. If you can, grab onto the foot, and instead of pulling it in, we're gonna kick. Okay, so we're firing up the hamstring and glute to work on the front of the leg and the hip. So we're going into an active stretch. So we're building that strength. Kick and kick. That should feel great on the front of the hip, the quad, reach, opening up the chest. And again, if you don't have that foot, that's okay. You're either here just curling and reaching back, or you're just pushing the hip down, still engaging the glute here. So one more breath out. That feels so good, guys. Slowly release. Hands down, shift the hips back. Think about lifting the sit bones, heart forward, and breathe. Beautiful. All right, push back into the left hip. Hands come down, and lift the hips back to your downward facing dog. Lift the hips up nice and high, and I'm just gonna drop the elbows down, coming into dolphin pose. Lifting the hips up, pushing the ground away. Belly button in. I have really tight shoulders, so I find this pose very difficult. On your inhale, think length through the hip creases. On your exhale, push away, push the ground away. Beautiful, guys. Now deep breath in, look forward, push back into the hands, downward facing dog. Right leg behind you, inhale, open up the hip right to your scorpion dog, and then bring the knee into the nose, rock forward. Beautiful, so we've done a lot of warming up. Now you can drop that back knee, tuck the tailbone, and lift the torso up. Reach the arms up overhead, grab onto the left wrist, and lean over to the right. That should feel amazing on the front of the hip, down the leg, the side body. Stay here to inhale. Exhale, reach. Awesome, guys. Inhale, back up. Exhale, hands down. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Windmill the back, drop the back heel, and then windmill the arms open to warrior two. I gotta take my socks off. So we're working on that openness in the hips. Squeeze the butt, get nice and low. We're really working on those hips. Reach the arms up nice and long, look forward. And then we're gonna bring the arms forward, right arm, right over left, and then eagle wrap. Inhale, push the elbows away from the body. Inhale, lift the elbows, and then exhale, push the elbows away from the body. Beautiful. And then you're just gonna release. Slide the right arm to the right hand towards the left forearm and pull the arm across, and we're getting even deeper into that shoulder. Squeezing the glutes to open up the hips, and then you can just lean your left ear to left shoulder, and then you're gonna get into the neck a little bit here in the front of the shoulder. Beautiful. And slowly release. Reach the arms up, heels in, toes out, hands to your inner thighs, wiggle the hips back and forth. You can scooch them together a little bit if you need, and then bring the elbows to knees. On your inhale, lift the heart, and exhale, push elbows to knees. So elbows So forearms into knees, knees into forearms. Squeeze the butt to open the hips a little bit. You want your sit bone, spine, and kind of the head kind of nice and long forward. This should feel great on those inner thighs, guys. And breathe. Beautiful. Now bringing the hands down, we're going to lunge into the left side, coming into Skandasana. So if you have the mobility, come onto the heels and just lifting the right toes. And then you're going to stretch the arms out forward. So getting that left shoulder to the inside of the left knee and reaching the arms forward, sinking the hips down. You should feel that. I feel that amazingly on my inner thigh, and then stretching on the backs of the shoulders, back of the neck. Reach across with the right hand. And then we're just gonna walk our way to the other side. Beautiful, guys. And again, so if you have the mobility, keep the ankle down, or the heel down, sorry, keep it down. Inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, sink it nice and low. Again, one side can feel different than the other. My right hip is way tighter than my left. And push your knee to shoulder, shoulder to knee. And breathe. Beautiful, guys. Come back to center. Turn the toes in. Inhale, half lift. Stick the booty out. And exhale, fold. You can grab onto the outer feet, the outer heels, or the peace fingers around big toes. And you're just going to pull shoulders away from the ears, forehead towards mat. Think hip creases up. Belly button in, elbows out to the side. Think inhale to lengthen, and exhale to deepen. Slowly release, hand under the face, inhale, half lift. And then exhale, we're just gonna walk our way around to the front foot. Push into the hands, and then you can take a vinyasa here if you want, or just step yourself back downward facing dog. Awesome, guys. All right, inhale, left leg floats up and back. Scorpion dog. And then exhale, knee to nose. Drop it in between the hands and drop the back knee. Beautiful. So we're coming up to that 90-90 position. Tuck the tailbone. Think about scissoring those hips. Squeeze the glutes. Reach the arms up overhead, grab onto the right wrist, and then lean over to the left. This is one of my favorite stretches. It feels so good on the front of that right leg. Oh, yes. Beautiful. And then come back up, hands around the front foot. Pick the back knee up with the mat, drop the back heel, and windmill your arms open, warrior two. Awesome, guys. So left foot is forward now. Remember, in your warrior two, heel to arch. Get nice and low. Squeeze the butt to open up those hips. Now left arm over right, eagle wrap. Did we do left? No, we did left last time. Right over left, eagle wrap. Push the elbows up and away from the face. Sink nice and low and breathe. Oh, that feels good. Beautiful. Now release the hand, so right arm goes straight, slide the left arm onto the left forearm, and just pull across the body, getting a little bit more into that delt. And then you can just allow the right ear to fall to the right shoulder. Watch that front knee, maybe the leg's starting to shake a little. Awesome, guys. Slowly release, reach the arms up, pigeon toe both feet in this time. And then interlock hands behind the back, roll shoulders back, lift the heart, see if you can get the palms together, and then exhale, forward fold. Oh, hear my hips crack. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Breathe here. So if your forehead gets really close to the ground easily, you can bring your feet a little bit closer together. And if not, you can bring the feet wider. One more breath in and out. Awesome, guys. Release the hands down. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, walk yourself back to the front low lunge. Awesome, push into the hands and step yourself back downward facing dog. Lift the hips, push the heels down. Feel that stretch in the backs of the calves and the shoulders. Again, one more time, just drop the elbows down. Dolphin pose, lift the hips. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, push the ground away. Awesome, deep breath in, look forward. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale, step or float your way to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. So booty back, reach to the fingertips, hips back in the heels. Nothing too crazy here. Now we're gonna bring the weight into the right foot. Left foot comes up and over right, coming into figure four to start. So hips are square, foot is flexed on top of that right thigh. Hands to heart center, and then you can just bring the thigh bones back. That should feel great on that left hip. So staying here, and if you want more, maybe reaching the arms forward, sitting the butt back, and then maybe taking a forward fold. Lifting through the hip creases if you're in the fold, heart forward. And exhale, folding a little deeper. Beautiful, slowly coming back up, hands to heart center, and switching, coming back into prayer. Inhale, arms forward. And exhale, up on the right toes, outside edge of right foot on the left thigh. My hair is wild, it's wash time for the hair after this. Outside edge of right foot on top of left thigh. So remember, when you're balancing, 6 inches in front of you on the ground with the gaze, reach the arms forward, maybe. And then maybe you take a fold. Again, one side can feel different than the other. On your inhale, heart forward. Exhale, fold a little deeper. One more breath out. And then slowly rise back up, hands to heart center. Release to chair. And then inhale, rise all the way up. Awesome, guys. Slowing it down, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to mat. We're gonna step back into plank. One chaturanga in the class. We're gonna lower all the way down. Awesome, guys. So just getting into the chest, the shoulders a little bit more. Left arm out 90 degrees. Make sure that left elbow's in line with the shoulder. Push into the fingertips, shoulder back, and then you're just gonna gently roll onto the left side. So that left shoulder is gonna stay back. You allow the head to drop if that feels good. And then if you want, that right toe can come behind, just coming into a little twist. And breathe. Going deeper with the exhale. Slowly back to center. Other side, goal post with the right arm, shoulder back. Push into the left fingertips. As I always say, one side can feel completely different than the other. And then bringing that top foot behind if that feels good. I'm breathing. And then slowly coming back. Hands under the shoulders. And push the hips back. Downward facing dog. All right, inhale, right leg floats behind you, three-legged. I like to bend the knee. I always like to do scorpion dog. I've done my classes, I always do it. I just like to get that extra hip opening. And then let's bring the right knee to the right wrist, lower the shin bone down, and just coming into an easy pigeon to start. I'm gonna throw this back on now. I don't think we're going upside down anymore. So start with your pigeon. Inhale, push both shin bones into the mat, lift the chest, shoulders back, squeeze that left glute, and then exhale, we're just gonna lower down. You can stack the fist and rest the forehead on the fist. But if you want a little bit more, you can come back and reach for that left foot, and then re-fold down, coming into a bit of a quad stretch. So only if that feels good for you. And then continue to breathe. One more breath out. Slowly release. Now you're gonna come up and slide the left knee. This is too intense for right now. Hands forward, you're gonna slide the left knee under the right. Coming into Gomukhasana, so left knee is forward, right knee is on top. So it looks like this. Right, so if that's too intense for you, because it is quite intense, you could move your left shin so it's parallel to the front of the mat, right shin over top. Okay, and then if that's too much, soles of the feet together. Okay, whatever feels better for you right now. And then we're just going to settle in. Get myself back in there. Inhale, lift the chest, hands on the feet, wherever you are. And exhale, just fold. Oh, that feels good, guys. In your inhale, just imagine space being created in the areas where you feel tension. And then on your exhale, just feel yourself sinking deeper into those spaces, any tension being released and absorbed by the mat. Slowly come back up. Woo. So where were we? We were in pigeon, so right foot is on top. So we're gonna bring the hands forward, right knee goes back down, left leg goes back, push the hips back, downward dog, and just notice if there's any different in the sides. Then left leg comes behind you, three-legged, bend the knee, open the hip. And then pigeon on the other side, left knee to left wrist, lay the shin bone down and stretch the right leg behind you. So again, just make sure your hips are square and you're not rolled over onto one side. You can push both shin bones into the mat to get a little lift. And then exhale, sink yourself down. And whatever feels good here, if you want to stretch your arms out long, if you want to reach back for that back foot, if that feels good for you. And just breathe. Stay with the breath, stay with any sensations you're feeling. Slowly release if you have the foot. Hands down in front of the face, and now we're sliding the right knee under the left and sitting back into Gomukhasana or fire logs, whatever is feeling good for you today. So if you're in Gomukhasana, opposite leg on top, and again, it can be a lot more difficult on one side than the other. Wherever version you're in, inhale, lift the chest up. And exhale, fold. Again, just breathing into areas that might feel tight. allowing yourself to release and let go. You know, when it starts to feel comfortable, if you breathe into it and just allow yourself to sink a little bit longer, you get to that new place of comfortableness, if that's even a word. One more breath out. It's like when you feel you want to move, you can hold for just a breath longer. And slowly rise up. Oof. Uncross the legs, windshield wiper back and forth. And then last little pose, let's bring the feet nice and wide, the legs nice and wide, sorry. Now, I know this can be tough, so if you have really tight hamstrings or inner thighs, you can grab a block or a pillow for underneath your butt, and then you can bend the knees as much as you need. So we're just gonna start by bending the knees slightly, and then think about pulling the heels in towards us, lifting the chest, so we're activating the backs of the legs, and then release. Good, one more time, deep breath in, pull, and release. Now inhale, reach, and exhale, fold, whatever that might look like for you. So you might want to have, I am struggling to figure out if this shirt goes in, which one's inside and which one's outside. That's just taking me so long. If you have a block or a kettlebell, I don't know if you have a kettlebell at home, something that you can reach forward and grab onto, that can help. You want to think nice long spine, nice long low back, and then just relax into it. And then we're just gonna chill out here for a few breaths. This should feel good, guys. Sticking the booty out on the inhale and relaxing down on the exhale. And breathe. Creating space on the inhale. Letting go, sinking deeper on the exhale. Staying with it, using the breath. One more breath out. And then slowly coming back up. Maybe use your hands to bring the knee together. Windshield wiper. And then bring the feet in front of you. Just one last little chest opener, shoulders back, hands underneath the shoulders. Deep breath in, and exhale, just lift the hips, coming to an easy reverse tabletop, pushing the ground away. And then exhale, lower down for your final Shavasana. So just have your heels towards the outside edges of your mat. Allow the toes to fall out to the side. Any final stretches your body might be asking for, you can take up as much room as you can, hands out. Gently close down the eyes. And sink into the mat. Allowing yourself these last few moments of stillness before you continue on with your day. Remember, this is the most important part of practice. Allowing our bodies to soak up all that energy we've created. Finding that sweet spot of the present moment allowing the mind to be still, giving yourself permission to let go. Allow the breath to go. When the mind starts to wander, just remember it's normal. But if you can bring your awareness back to the present moment without getting caught up in a storyline, you'll be strengthening those neural networks for concentration. And it'll be easier every single time you come back to practice. And the more you bring your awareness back to the present in practice, the easier it will be in the rest of your life. Holding on to this feeling of space, clarity, peace. And when you're ready, bringing some movement into the body. If you have more time to stay in Shavasana, I recommend you stay as long as you can. Maybe stretching overhead, doing a twist, the knees, whatever way feels good for your body to wake up. Eventually rolling onto your right side. And then making your way to a seated position. Keeping the eyes closed if you can. Ceiling practice. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Sigh it out. Again, in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Last time, the deepest breath you've taken today. Fill the air, pull it up the spine all the way to the crown of the head. Hold at the top. Seal the lips. Slowly exhale through the nose. Hands to prayer. Thumbs to the forehead for clarity of thought. Thumbs to the lips for kind words. And thumbs to the heart for an open heart. As always, thank you so much for allowing me to take you through practice. I hope that the light in me has reached the light in you. Namaste.